For all of you who listen to Submersion and own an Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download the Podcast Republic app. It's a fantastic app that allows you to get all of your favorite podcasts directly on your Android device. I personally use the app and I love it. I can search for the podcast I want to listen to, select it as a favorite, and have it just a click away. Make sure to select Submersion as a favorite so you don't miss any of our new episodes. Again, the app is the Podcast Republic app, available on Android devices.
All right, this is easy. I don't know what Kyle ever complains about. Shit's easy. All right, well, if anyone, I don't even know if anyone's watching, anyone's listening, whatever. We're live, Submersion. Hello, we got a bunch of people here. We have a bunch of people missing, but it's great. We got a power team tonight. Little loosey goosey. We're not going to have the fancy bells and whistles. We're not going to have the fancy transitions, but we got some of this. We got some of that, and we got some of this. If anybody remembers what entrance song that was, that's throwing it back 30 or 40 episodes.
Zach, let me just stop you right there.
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
Oh, that's Alex. Hey.
We got him.
We got him.
Did those sounds just come through Discord, or do they go through to the stream? Just making sure, because I didn't hear anything.
On Twitch or in Discord?
Yes.
I'm hoping that Twitch is hearing it, because I didn't really hear it.
Yeah.
Hang
Okay.
on.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
Did you hear that?
We're rolling with it. It starts, but it doesn't finish.
Damn it.
Just like Zach. Ooh, we got him. I'm coming in hot tonight, boys. Zach came in hot last night on my stream, but your boy right here is a Twitch affiliate member. I've been invited to be a Twitch affiliate.
Hey,
Big moment for me. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. I will definitely remember you when I'm famous. I can't speak for Zach, but definitely Alex.
Ooh. Well, I'm trying to get some applause going, and I'm failing. So let's just say, I'll just say congrats.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You want us to talk amongst ourselves while you figure this out?
No, here's the intro. Let's hit it.
What began as an innocent conversation among friends would soon spiral out of control and later be referred to by future generations as the eighth wonder of the modern world. Mac East Studios takes you on the journey of your lifetime as your captains, the artist formerly known as Brom, Jamie the Ointment, Kyle El Capitan, and the Gruesome Twosome present Submersion.
All right, there it is. There's the entrance. I hope everyone could hear that. I don't know. I got nothing. But we're here. This is exciting. No Kyle, no Jamie. So it's already a good show. And we got Alex back, who's been on a mission. He's a man on a mission. Alex, tell us what you learned in your travels.
Well, once again, I was out doing some deep sea research out in the east coast of Madagascar. Turns out if seaweed gets caught up in your little propeller there, it makes for a pretty hellacious time getting out of there. As you may know, there was a lot of extra traffic down there recently because the Suez Canal got all backed up for whatever reason. So a lot of people were coming back down around that way, and life was a little rough. But I made it back, got the seaweed clear.
That's awesome.
Next week I'm heading back out again. This time for the west coast of Madagascar. So
our field reporter Alex. Did you run into the Argentinian defense minister while you were down in the Suez Canal?
No. Isn't that a little far away from him?
Yeah, but he was on his way up to do an interview with us, and he got lost, and they're still looking for him out there. So didn't know if you ran into him.
Shit, no, I missed that.
Must have been like two ships passing in the night.
Was Mad Dog out there? Now I remember we were supposed to have some interviews with him a long time ago.
Mad Dog Mattis? I don't remember that.
Yeah, we haven't been able to track him down yet.
I did some work for him.
Yeah, I mean, he did some work for all of us. Technically, he was a public servant, you know.
That's true. He was our employee. We're going to introduce our special guest.
We have a special guest, a specials guest for such a special episode. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Alex's friend, self-proclaimed Rocko's Modern Life super fan, Eric.
Whoa.
Eric. Eric?
Well, feel those kicks. He's going to be a soccer player.
Is this live?
This is live. Eric,
This is our best episode yet, baby.
Yeah.
Eric,
Yeah.
let's try to get him on the phone.
Okay.
You guys hear that? Do you hear the sound effects?
No.
No.
Try knocking on the door. See if that
Oh.
works.
I'm knocking.
No.
You guys don't hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, I shut the door. I don't know why you guys could normally hear this, but it's weird because it didn't work last night either. I don't.
Well, here, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me try this. Just listening to it and
It should be working in Twitch
Maybe.
because it's picking up the desktop audio, but for some reason, Discord.
again.
Do it again. I'm knocking.
oh yeah, nothing's even going through to Twitch. All right, that's cool.
Oh, I heard that one.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so it is going through Twitch, but it's not working in Discord for some.
I guess. So
Reason.
now we just got to get Rip talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Special
That's
guest,
the next battle.
Eric.
Eric.
All right, let's use these smartphones and send him a message.
There he is.
Where?
Hey guys, it's Eric. I'm a big Rocko's Modern Life fan, and I've been working with Zach. We've been doing a side show, the Zach Amazing Podcast or something like that. Named it after himself, and we're hoping to release it. It's dedicated to Rocko's Modern Life, but in the interim, had to come on board here to promote it a little bit because we had an episode that had a submarine in it. So here I am, and really looking forward to tearing into this one with you. And all the best. Really appreciate. I'm just very honored to be on such a high profile and impressive podcast as Submersion.
Wow. Thanks for that.
I don't think anyone could have ever said it better.
Not even myself.
Oh!
There he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
how are you?
Ladies and gentlemen,
on?
Eric.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of already said that for you. I mean, you could have said something else, but that works. That works.
Yeah. Just glad to be here. Big fan, longtime fan. So great podcast. Good stuff you guys put out. Really, it's an honor to be here. So,
Well, Eric, and I wanted to ask you real quick. Can you tell us maybe what's one or two of your favorite episodes we've done?
oh, for sure, episode 39 and 51 really had my side splitting.
Mm.
Which movies were those?
Yeah, right.
I see what's happening here. I see what's going on here. All right, I'll let you slide. 51. That would have been the episode after Goldmember. What would that have been? I don't know.
Alex, do you
39, I have no
remember?
idea.
I remember 69, but 51.
It's slipping my mind. It's slipping.
Well, hold on. We might have this here someplace.
Well, while we search the files, as we search our record keeping,
I could tell you I was on board for episode 51. It took us an hour and 17 minutes to record it. But I'm going to have to pull it up or look on the website to see
Yep, I'm on it.
what it was.
I have my sunglasses on tonight, so I can't actually see my computer screen.
those polarized.
51 was Gray Lady Down. That was from the Trapped series.
Oh.
Yes.
And
You
he said,
remember
what was
that?
the other one? 39? 39 actually was a fun
yeah.
episode. The X-Files. That was with me, Patrick, and Jamie.
Wait a minute. Ben
Or
said
wait,
the
no,
magic
actually,
word.
I don't think I was on that. I think Kyle had to fill in. It was a late scratch, but it was still a good episode.
You said the magic word.
X-Files.
I'm getting there. Give me a second. I got it. I got it.
Mingling amongst our stones. Okay. We don't hear it.
But you guys don't hear it. It ruins it all completely. I don't understand why you can't hear it.
If you talk while it plays for some reason, we can kind of hear it. But if you aren't talking, I don't hear it.
It's probably because it's bleeding out. I just don't understand how it can change in a week, and I didn't do anything different. It wouldn't be the input. I mean, would it? Output.
Welcome to our troubleshooting episode.
Well, we can't hear it, but we have a viewer that says they can hear it. So,
there.
For
You know what? Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
I'm going to try this. No, I mean, this might work. Here's X-Files. Anything?
Sort of. It's kind of quiet and cutting in and out.
Yeah, it's probably bleeding through my open-backed headphones. It's probably still not working in Discord. So I don't know. Sorry.
It's all right. I tried. We talk a lot of shit. We talk a lot of shit about Kyle and complaining and production, and I don't know. I think we're just learning a little bit to appreciate Kyle maybe a little bit tonight.
Yeah,
and, maybe he gets a little bit of a bad rap, or maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah. All I know is that 3 hours is not enough time to figure this out 100%. So, all right, Eric, real quick, you're a self-proclaimed Rocko's Modern Life super fan. Tonight, we've already kind of said it. Well, before, you know what? Hold that question. Somebody say, what did we watch tonight?
I think it should be Eric or Alex.
Or Alex. One of you two. What did we watch tonight?
Eric, what did we watch tonight?
Rocko's Modern Life, the 7 Z's.
Now, Eric, tell us.
The 7 Z's.
What is Rocko's Modern Life? Why is it great? Why does it suck? Tell us your history with it. Go.
Rocko's Modern Life, a great cartoon from growing up. That's how I would summarize it. Yeah, one of those cartoons that just probably my fondest memories. One of the best cartoons that I watched growing up. That, Dexter's Lab, a little bit of SpongeBob in there, a little bit of Powerpuff Girls. But nothing tops The Rock Man. I used to watch it in the morning before going to school. I used to watch it when I got home from school. I'm a pretty big fan, and I've been a big fan since the very first episode, which was pilot.
Yep.
Wow. I wonder if that was like the airplane episode.
No.
Okay.
All right. So thank you, Eric. Again, self-proclaimed super fan. We watched Sailing the 7 Z's. This is a short episode. How long are these episodes, Eric?
What are they, like 11 minutes? 12.
And why is that?
Because there's 2 of them, Zach. There's 2 back-to-back episodes per each larger episode.
All right. So, and this is, I don't know, Rip, do you have Eric, do you have that information? Episode, air date, anything like that?
Season 4, episode 1. Air date, I don't know. I want to say like 93, was it?
Ooh, good guess. You're a little off. I've got this information. So Sailing the 7 Z is, you're right, it's season 4, episode 1. It's part B of episode 1. The original air date for this episode was July 8th, 1996. Does anyone remember what they were doing on that day in history?
What I was doing on July 8th, 1996? Well, I just celebrated the 4th of July a few days earlier. And I was at school, I think.
On July 8th?
In July?
Wow. Okay.
Summer school. Dumb kid.
I would wager I was probably playing a little basketball.
Dumb kid.
Some b-ball?
Yeah, probably a little basketball, 6-foot rim. You know how it goes. Doing some dunk competition.
I was 8 years old, so I don't know what the hell 8-year-old Zach was doing. Probably, Oh, I don't know.
Probably in summer school with Renner.
With Renner, just dumb.
Dumb kids.
Dumb kids. So this episode, we got some other background information for this. The story was by George Maestri. The animation direction was by George Chialtis. This was directed and storyboarded by Robert McNully Skull. It featured a bunch of Rocko's Modern Life major characters. We've got Rocko, who's voiced by my guy, Carlos Alzaraki. Does anybody know him?
I've heard that name.
Reno 911.
Yep. Who is he on
okay.
Reno, Eric?
Garcia?
Yeah.
Yes.
His name?
Yep.
Garcia.
That's Carlos Alzaraki. Does a bunch of other voices too. This episode features Heifer the Steer, voiced by Tom Kinney. Filbert the Turtle is voiced by Doug Mr. Lawrence. Spunky is credited with being voiced by Carlos Alzaraki. Then we've got the Big Heads, Ed Big Head and Bev Big Head, both voiced by Charlie Adler. And a little cameo by Heifer's grandpa, Hiram Wolf. And that is also voiced by Charlie Adler. And that is some background on that episode.
Now, when you say voiced, you mean like the ones that talk for him, what's coming up on the screen?
What?
Yeah, a voice actor.
All right, thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, so
you
like
bet.
when the character's talking, that's the voice that is happening. Alex, there's a person that does that for the picture.
I never knew that.
For the inanimate.
Right.
For the
I know.
inanimate
It got
animation.
me for a long time.
How are these drawings talking?
Sounds like my trivia from last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when I was like, because of the movie, was it Pleasantville or whatnot? I thought that the world was in black and white up until the 50s.
Yeah.
Until I was 8 years old, I thought the animated pictures were actually talking.
Learned that in school. That's summer school that year, right, Eric?
Yeah. Well, I actually thought the same thing about black and white, but because of the Wizard of Oz. True story.
I was a pretty smart kid. But that was obviously a very embarrassing little factoid. And looking back on it, pretty stupid. But we have those moments. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Speaking of moments, this episode was a moment in our lives that we watched recently. Now, I've got some sound clips from this episode. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to hear it right here, but Twitch, you'll hear it. I will hear it.
That was a stellar transition, Zach. By the
Great,
way.
isn't it? Great. But actually, damn, I suck. We actually need to. What do we do? Sub alarm, right?
Yep.
There it is. Dive, 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 dive. Yeah. All right. I've got some clips. The episode opens up. Man, it's just not going to be the same if you guys can't hear it. But we get the jingle of the episode. All right, so that opened up the
Zach,
episode.
I was able to confirm the Twitch viewers can hear all of your sound clips very well. So.
That's good. I'm glad they can hear it. It sucks that you guys can't. Don't know why. Stupid. But the episode opens with who? Someone take over. How does this episode begin?
Mr. Bighead, right?
Yeah. It's like the play, right?
The
Right,
opera.
yeah. He is having a flashback before bed, maybe?
Well, they're at the opera,
Oh, that's
watching
right.
at the pirate opera, and he has his flashbacks to his pirate play.
And they're singing a song. I've got a clip of that. Yeah, really wish you guys could hear that, but it's when the yo-ho, 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 and he takes a big deep breath, yo-ho, and keeps going.
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho.
But what does that do to Ed? What is Ed? What's the flashback?
Well, he flashes back to his childhood play. Is he doing the same yo-ho thing too?
He's supposed to, but he can't get even a
can't get
single
it out.
yo out.
Yeah, come on, Ed. Come on, Ed. Yo-ho.
Yo-ho, come on. Come on, yo-ho.
But they, they start screaming at him. And then what does Ed scream? What does Ed call for?
What does he call for his line or the?
He says, "Mommy, mommy,
mommy."
And
What did they throw over at him with that parrot on a string or something that they hit him with? What was that?
his lines.
His line.
Yeah, they send the parrot. He's crying because he falls on his side, and then it cuts back to today, like live, and then Ed standing up in the middle of the opera, crying, screaming, "Mommy!" and everyone's just looking at him. They stop the play. They put the spotlight right on him, and he's just standing there. And I've got a clip of him crying. Yo-ho.
Yo-ho! Edward! Yo-ho!
And you hear the bottle. That's what Rocko's Modern Life is great with the small little subtle sound effects in this show. It's so good.
I could have swore the play director or whatnot just really sounded like the voice of SpongeBob.
Yeah. Well, is that Tom Kenny? Or is that his name?
Is Tom Kenny who does SpongeBob?
I think so.
I thought, okay, because Steven Hildenberg, who worked on Rocko, would go on and create SpongeBob. But
Right.
Tom Kenny voiced SpongeBob?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I got to check that.
Sounds right.
Yeah, because that voice definitely did sound like SpongeBob.
You're right. Yeah, Tom Kenny did. Okay, yeah, good call. Yeah, so Steven Hildenberg, who worked on Rocko, would go on to make SpongeBob, who is since passed. Rip, Steven. But yeah, you're right. Tom Kenny does voice SpongeBob. So there you go. Good call.
Nice. All right. Then what happens next?
After the opera, what happens?
I think he goes back home, right? He and Mrs. Bighead are in bed, turning in for the night.
Yep.
He took her to a play, didn't get no action though. I mean, feel like that debunks a common whatever the term that South Park put forth, that if you take your woman to a play, you'll get some action.
That
particular type of action.
You offered him a foot rub. Right?
But
yeah.
Oh, that's right. She did. Which probably could have developed into something else, but no, he wanted to turn in.
A foot rub or a foot job?
I can't remember. Alex, what do you remember? Was it a foot rub or foot job?
Foot rub.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And tug.
That's the thing about Rocko. Bev's always wanting it. Ed's not.
Yeah.
So
anyways, he goes to sleep. Deep slumber, obviously. So deep of a slumber, in fact, that he begins sleepwalking and dreaming with these feverish dreams that are almost like nightmares, where he sees himself now as a pirate sailing the seven seas, and he's having this post-traumatic stress from himself as a child with the map that he wasn't able to read his lines off of. And right, I'm kind of remembering that correctly, right? With the parrot flying over to him. So he's determined to find his pirate treasure map, and ends up disembarking his boat there, swimming over to his neighbor's house, who is our titular character, Rocko. And at Rocko's house, he breaks in and scares Rocko to death, obviously, but is in full pirate character, begging or rather, brandishing his piratey equipment, demanding that Rocko turn over the stolen treasure map from him. Correct?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. I think. Well, did he swim over yet? I thought like he was over because he woke Rocko up the first night, and Rocko, because then we get to the next scene where Rocko's going
up on the roof, just kind of walking around muttering pirate stuff, and in the morning is when Rocko is all tired and sees him and says, "What's he say, Zach?
Ahoy, matey." And then Ed's just like,
Weirdo.
weirdo. And they drive to work. Yeah. But then,
There, matey.
and this is where we get the cameo of Heifer's grandpa comes walking by. He's like,
That's a great time lapse.
Exactly. It's the point of him is the time lapse. It shows him starting on one side of the screen on the sidewalk, all the way to the other side. But that's the entire work day. Like it took him 8 hours.
He's just muttering to himself too as he's walking by.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get to night 2, and is that when his friends, is that when Heifer and Filbert show up, or that's when Ed breaks in, because then the next night is when he's boarding up the door with the nails, and that's when Heifer and Filbert come over for movie night, and I've got a sound clip for that.
Okay.
This should do it, Spunky. No more sleepwalking pirates tonight.
I love it because Rocco's sitting there hammering. That'll do it, Spunky. No more pirate talk tonight. And Heifer just flings the door open, slams Rocco up against the wall. And him and Filbert are just over for movie night. I love it.
I love how they start to laugh when Rocco tells him Mr. Bighead thinks he's a pirate.
Yeah. They think it's all fun and games. And then what's the idea that they give Rocco? Because Rocco's complaining. He's like, I'm going to lose my mind. And it's classic Rocco when his voice gets really high-pitched and loud and he starts screaming. And then what does Heifer and Filbert say to do?
Why don't you just give him the map?
Yeah, just give him the map. And then it cuts to a really funny scene. Who remembers that scene?
Is it the...
They're at the kitchen table, right? Drawing artwork.
What's Heifer drawing? Does anybody have that?
Your mom.
Filbert's mom.
Filbert's mom. And I got a sound clip of that.
And Viola! What's that?
It's Filbert's mom!
It's just a picture. It looks like Filbert, except it's his mom with like puffy hair and turtle boobs. And it's hilarious.
So Rocco takes matters into his own hands and draws his own map that he's going to furl up and hand over as the map that Mr. Bighead is looking for that night when he goes to bed.
Yep, because he sends Filbert and Heifer home.
Yep. So Rocco turns in.
Then you get that transition with the rhino, right? From the play again, the next night on the sun.
Yep.
That's when it starts to go down.
Yep. That's when That's when Ed comes over, right? That's the whole Ed comes over.
Yeah. It comes over and steals Spunky?
Well, not yet. He comes over, and then Rocco gives him the map, but then Heifer and Filbert show back up in character, like dressed as pirates to just be a part of the action because they want to be. And Rocco's getting really pissed about him. But see, I wish you guys could hear this, but Heifer has the funniest freaking accent as a pirate. And I've got a sound clip of that. So Heifer and Filbert show up. Here's that sound clip.
Not so fast there, matey.
Right.
Avast! The sea cow!
Calls Heifer a sea cow. And then we get more of Heifer's accent when him and Ed kind of battle a little bit.
I've been taking that back from you. Good gods! What sort of accent is that?
Heifer, no!
And I love that Ed even says, good God, what kind of accent is that? Love it.
I've been taking that from you.
That's exactly what it is. It's like a weird, I don't even know what.
Swedish.
Swedish?
Swedish.
Swedish.
But then what? Rocco's up, because then Heifer's fighting Rocco, which makes no sense. And they get to Rocco's roof. Filbert comes up. We find out that he got killed by Ed Bighead with a plunger in the back. And then Ed takes Spunky.
Okay, yeah. Parrot Spunky.
Parrot Spunky. Yeah. And then we kind of get to the end. What starts happening?
He starts firing his cannons over at Rocco's house, his washing machine cannon.
Yeah.
which I love. And then the house starts sinking, which makes no sense.
Rocko even says it. We're sinking.
That's what I remember most about this episode. I remember this episode being on a lot. Do you remember it being on a lot?
Yeah.
It might be one of the most played episodes that I remember, especially in the morning before school.
Yeah, I remembered pretty much. Yeah, I remembered most of this episode, especially the cannonballs out of the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think about it. I couldn't remember any Rocko's episodes. I remember knowing of the show, not watching a whole heck of a lot of it though, but not specifically remembering any of the actual episodes.
They blend together for sure.
I always found it almost like scary. I was not necessarily scared by the show, but it had such a surrealist like humor and look and feel to it that it was disconcerting to me. I was a few years younger than you guys, but
Well, that's how I felt about Ren and Stimpy.
Yep.
yeah, same boat for Ren and Stimpy.
I
too.
didn't watch. My parents didn't want me to watch Ren and Stimpy because it was kind of weird and gross like that. But I also just didn't want to watch it because it creeped me out.
Yeah. Some of the
And
drawings,
Rocko was
like
Rocko was kind of like that a little bit. It had the crude drawing and it was kind of nasty and gross sometimes, but not like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, obviously Ren and Stimpy is the much more mature version of Rocko's Modern Life, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Obviously,
like
Rocko's Modern Life, palatable for children, but I still was just kind of disconcerted by it.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking early to mid 90s cartoons. So you had Ren and Stimpy, I mean, The Simpsons making all the news on controversy, and then we get Rocko, and then a lot of these
Beavis and Butthead, a lot of these adult style cartoons. And you think about Rocko, and you think about they have a lot. There's multiple episodes, or at least scenes from episodes that have been edited out of Rocko. You can't see it anymore. Like, even on so there's DVD re-releases of the series, but Nickelodeon's edited out jokes from Rocko's Modern Life, and you can really only find it on the original VHS tapes or YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of adult humor, masturbation humor, a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we
Bring
at?
us home on the episode here.
Take it, Rip.
I don't know if you guys are following chat, but Thomas, our friend Tbrad321, said he started watching the episode when we started the recap, and he is finished with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're almost finished with it. I believe we're about to Rocko swinging over to Ed's house, right?
Yep.
Tries to swing, but he just falls onto the ground, and that's when he gives the map. Or is that when Ed gets the map?
He threw the map like a paper airplane over, hits Ed in the opposite eye patch, which was funny. And then Ed says, "Fly back to your owner," to Spunky, thinking he's a parrot, but Spunky's not a parrot, he's a dog. So then that's when Filbert hands Rocko a rope, which makes no sense because what the hell is it connected to? And then he swings over, hits the ground, saves Spunky. And then I think they find the treasure, which is just Spunky's chew toy.
Squeaky monkey.
Yeah, squeaky monkey.
Yeah, and then Ed wakes up.
Yeah, and then he's like all confused.
Yeah.
Calls him frat
what's
boys.
going on? Yeah. The less I know about your sick frat house shenanigans, the better.
But he keeps the monkey. He keeps the squeaky monkey from Spunky. Yeah. And I don't know, guys. Why are we talking about this episode that we haven't even had a submarine yet?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Submarine comes in, the last 3 seconds or so?
Yeah.
What is it, a dream again?
It's
imagination. Yeah.
Imagination. I've got some sound clips for this because you first see like Filbert and Heifer are the ones like, we got to go to sound clip.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get you a new squeaky toy just as soon as we reach the North Pole! Mr. Filbert!
Aye, sir.
Prepare to dive!
We get to prepare to dive. We get a sonar beep. They're in a submarine. And then it goes back to Ed, and it shows him, I think, hugging and cuddling the squeaky toy. Then we get to the actual end of the episode, and a submarine, and we see a submarine go across the screen, and I got a sound clip for that.
Hey, fellas.
You're nauseous.
Right.
So we get Filbert's running joke. What is that, Eric? What's his running joke?
I'm nauseous.
Yep. He's nauseous. And we actually get a good throw up sound, a real good throw up sound. That's one of the things that they would edit out is Filbert actually throwing up.
Sound?
Yeah. They would edit out like that
They
throw
took
up.
that out.
Stupid.
Play it again. Play the throw up again.
Did you hear it?
Can you play? Yeah, I heard it. Let me hear it again.
Okay.
If you can.
Hey, fellas.
You're nauseous.
Right.
I mean, it's gross, but all right.
It's pretty good.
And that's it. That's the episode. There we go.
Well, what did you think?
So let's just jump into reviews. Who wants to go first? Let's have Rip, let's save you for Lex. I'll go. Whatever. I'll jump in. Now this is hard for me, right? I'm obviously biased, but I have to take the Zach out of the review and try to look at this objectively as we do as professionals on this podcast. And is this a submarine episode? No, it's not. But it turns into a submarine episode at the end, almost like we were going to get a sequel, but we never got it. Maybe that's because they canceled the show. I don't know. But we saw a submarine. We got some submarine sounds. We got some submarine talk. Everything else about the episode I love. This is perfect Rocko's Modern Life with the humor and the jokes and the throwback. I love everything about it. In terms of a Rocko episode, I can't think of, it's 10 out of 10 Rocko. It's hilarious. 10 out of 10 Rocko. But for our podcast, I'm going to drop it to, I got to drop it to an 8 because it features such little submarine, but it saves it for the end.
TV shows out of 6.
Oh yeah, this isn't a movie. This is a TV show. So let's, so with that logic, let's do 4.5. And yeah, everything else I say stays the same. 4.5. Someone else.
I have to rate it out of 6 as an episode or as a podcast episode.
We did it like on an entertainment value, so less out of a critical lens for whatever reason, but more just out of an entertainment value. So like giving something that you really enjoy a 5 or a 6 isn't absurd by any stretch.
Well, I do really enjoy it. I would probably give it a 5. It's not one of my favorite episodes of Rocko, but it's up there. It's a really good episode of Rocko. I like the episodes that deal with a little bit more of like the real life, modern life situations, like maybe when he has to take his driver's test or things like that, or things that deal with his job and the daily grind. But this is a fun, whimsical episode. And I like the big heads. I give it a 5. 5 out of 6.
That was good.
Okay. I'll jump in if Alex doesn't want to here yet. If he wants to bring up as our anchor. I wasn't, as I said, a big Rocko's fan when I was younger. I wasn't really enjoying it this time around either. Still just too bizarre of a cartoon for me. I latched on more to shows like Rugrats and Doug and oh god, I'm hearing myself multiple times now. This was still pre like Rocket Power and all those and Recess and things like that, I think. So right in that mix, yeah, Rugrats for me, Doug. What else was on back then? There had to be more than 3 cartoons.
Simpsons? Were you a Simpsons kid?
No, I wasn't. This was still pre-Cat Dog too, right?
Oh yeah.
This was Cat Dog. I mean, did you
what
watch?
I would have watched at 5 or 6 years old. Clarissa Explains It All, not a cartoon, but I already told you about my crush on Melissa Joan Hart. What were you gonna say, Rip? What did I watch?
For cartoons around that time, probably Dexter's Lab was on, right? Did you watch that? Or was
Man, I
that?
feel like this was before Dexter's. I feel like Dexter was closer to like 99, maybe 2000. I'd have to look at that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Salute Your Shorts. Not a cartoon, but also another classic
Are You
show
Afraid of
from
the Dark? How
Nickelodeon.
about that one?
That scared the crap out of me. Couldn't watch that one.
There's
Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like Nickelodeon had those great live action
Pete and Pete?
shows. Yeah, like Pete and Pete. Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah, Rocco's was pretty low on the hierarchy for me. This episode also, didn't have a whole lot of submarine action. I did watch both episodes. It was each episode, includes sort of 2 sub episodes in each airing, and we had the wrestling one. And I did enjoy this second episode a heck of a lot more. This felt a lot more creative than the wrestling episode. Where they win tickets to, or rather Rocko wins tickets to, by accident, to a big wrestling event that Filbert and Heifer want to go to. This Sailing the Seven Z's was much more enjoyable and creative. But I don't know. Still, I just didn't really latch onto the style of the series and this particular show in general, or episode in general, I should say. I'll give it a 3.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. Alex is currently AFK, so we will jump back in to get his review when he gets back. So let's...
Is he taking a dump?
Maybe. Which means we'll have to put other reviews on hold. So let's hop on over. I was trying to get this audio fixed up, but I still have not been able to.
Button it up. Look professional. Look like we're enjoying ourselves because our captain is watching.
Our captain's watching? Woof.
Captain is watching. No, it's going great. Come on.
No issues. No issues.
0 issues. High quality. Huge viewer count. Not just Thomas. Not just Thomas. Don't worry about it.
Let's go over what's next. What's our next? So we're holding off on Alex's review. We're holding off on any other reviews we found online. We got news. Want to jump to news?
Tell us some news.
Sure, if you got some news.
Let's play it. Haven't heard this clip in a while, gang.
Hey, got some news?
You guys think I was actually looking up news?
I love hearing that news sound clip. Don't hear it enough. Okay.
Are we each doing each other's segments tonight?
I guess that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
China's new. This comes from South China Morning Post. So there you go. China's new nuclear submarine missiles expand range in U.S. The JL-3 ballistic missile can deliver multiple warheads, including nuclear, 10,000 kilometers, Navy source says. So this comes from May 2nd of this year. The journalist here is Minnie Chan. And it talks about China's newly commissioned nuclear-powered submarine is armed with the country's most powerful submarine-launched ballistic missile, an SLBM, capable of hitting the U.S. mainland, according to a military source. We got the Type 094A, or the Jin-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine. Was presented last Friday, so a couple Fridays ago, as part of the celebration to mark the 72nd anniversary of the PLA Navy. So again, it was 10,000 kilometers. That's 6,200 miles. A source close to the Navy says. That's an upgrade. So the article goes into a lot more of the specifics of the types of missiles and kind of what that includes in. But what do you guys think about that?
I'll be honest with you. Didn't get any of that.
You didn't hear anything?
No, I could hear it,
Okay.
but I was not processing any of it.
So
So what did Rip think of it?
Rip, what did you think of that? What did you hear me say? Because maybe I suck.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
No, don't take it as a referendum that you suck or anything like that. No.
I wasn't listening either. It's okay.
Hey, he's back.
It's just news.
Now, did you say that you forgot to do Zach facts, Zach?
Well, we got Zach.
I got him.
Ben's Zach's facts.
Zach facts brought to you by Ben.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be later. That's what it's going to be. Anyways, I'll sum this up then. All it was is news story. China, nuclear submarine. They got nukes. They could hit us. Doomsday coming? Question mark? I don't know. Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, I guess so.
But Alex is back.
Kyle says, you guys, you broskies are killing it.
Alex is back. Let's jump back to his review.
Okay. Well, growing up, I always remembered Rocko just kind of being a television show or a cartoon. I never really watched it as much as you guys did. But the one thing I can recall was the wacky house that I felt that he kind of lived in, and the theme song. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you too much more about it. But there were a couple of funny parts. Like Ben, I ended up watching both the first section and the second section, or the first half of the episode. I didn't realize it was split into two, so I guess I didn't even remember that. But they were both funny. Definitely had me. I laughed at a couple of different things. I think when you guys dumb it down and explain it, the concept's a lot funnier than what I felt what I was watching. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But I was still entertained. I normally do this, out of 6s, because it's a submersible. You know, in terms of sub action, I mean, we're looking at a 0 out of 6 here, because I don't think it's an implied submarine. It's imaginary. I think it's real, so I got to come in 0 on that one. But in terms of entertainment value, you know, I got a 9 out of 6. You know, I gotta go there. I went there.
What does that average out? What does that average out to, Alex?
4.5.
There you go.
That's what I gave it. Gruesome twosome.
So I did enjoy it. It was watchable. I really liked the pirate theme. I always obviously love the nautical kind of stuff. So I thought it was pretty nice, pretty funny. If it happens to be on, I'll watch it again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find it. I'll put it that way. But I still liked it.
Good.
Still liked it.
Now, while you were gone, Alex, Eric and Ben both kind of talked about cartoons they watched growing up. Did you watch any cartoons? Like, was there big ones or anything like that?
The ones I remember watching the most of were Animaniacs, like Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, man.
Recess.
Yeah, man.
Recess.
Tiny Toon?
You know, I don't know about Tiny Toons.
I watched that.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Tiny Toons.
Any Muppet Baby fans?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Don't watch that. No.
I really like a little bit, actually, now that I think about it.
I like
that was basic animation, right? That wasn't puppets, right?
Correct. That was basic animation. Arthur, you're an Arthur fan, that. Alex?
Yeah.
Growing up, I always watched it. Yeah.
I never did.
Yeah. I don't know. Lion King, is that a cartoon? No, that's an animation. Same thing.
Now,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was wide. I remember Rocko being on, but it was definitely not one of the main ones that I had ever did watch. I can tell you that. Yeah.
No, something Ben and Eric were discussing were like the live action Nickelodeon shows. Did you watch any of those? Like Pete and Pete, Salute Your Shorts, all that.
Where's the one they sat around a campfire and tried to tell spooky stories?
Afraid of the Dark.
Afraid of the Dark.
Did you like that, Alex?
Keenan and Kel. They were okay. You know, I mean, growing up, if I were to watch it now, I'd probably have a totally different opinion. I never did watch any of the Disney Channel stuff. It was always Nickelodeon or PBS or ABC or whatever played the morning stuff. So
the only time I saw Disney stuff is like on the off chance they gave us like 30 days of Disney for free. Like that's the only time.
Oh, okay.
And I never even watched that growing up. I still only stick to Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. Later,
yeah, same.
90s.
I never watched Disney. Picked up it. I never watched Doug on Disney.
Oh yeah, no. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I only remember one episode, and it was the scariest episode to me. And
I know the one.
You
Let me
know
guess it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Shit, the pool.
The
Ben?
pool. I was gonna say the vampire in the hospital.
Mm-mm. It's the pool. Do you remember that one, Ben?
That damn pool.
I don't remember that one, no.
There's one when there's a guy that dies in a swimming pool, and he crawls out of it like at the end of the episode, and it's just his skeleton, and it's red, and it's gory, and it's bloody, and it's, well, to me, this is how I remember it, and it was just scary, and he's like crawling towards the kids. It was just freaking horrifying.
It was because it didn't seem like they were ever going to show it. They kept talking about it, and
Yeah.
then it just came out of there.
You would see like the red goo in the pool, like that's all you would see, and then all this, like it was a great build up, right? Like a slow build up. I mean, they did it perfectly, and then all of a sudden you see it at the end, and it was just horrifying to me. I mean, I remember it clear as day in my head, so it had an impact on little Zach.
Our listener and superfan T-Brand guessed it correctly. He said it was going to be the red monster that emerges
No
from the
shit.
pool. Still gives them nightmares.
Yeah, good job, my guy. All right. So we covered that. Now, Alex, we did the news already. Did you have any love it, hate it, or reviews?
That I found?
We're doing each other's segments tonight.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're bouncing all around.
So,
He did your news. You do Zach's love it, hate it. I'll do Zach's Zach facts.
okay. Let me pull this up because I didn't realize it was going to be me.
We're all over the place. Let's get well, Alex looks for that. Let's get a little.
I got it.
He's got it. No sound clip needed.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Do the sound clip. Yeah. See, what do you have for it?
I've got. I don't know what I got for it. Actually, I don't. I don't have the music for that segment. It wasn't on the Google Drive.
Isn't it just something weird like, I love it.
Yeah.
I hate it. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. What do you guys want to hear first?
I love it. Love it.
Okay. Here we go. 10 out of 10. Amazing episode. A review written by none other than David Blowy.
Whoa, David Blowie's super fan.
Uh-huh. So we were able to find it. First off, let me say that I absolutely loved this episode. I never loved this children's show until I watched this episode, and then I was hooked. Personally, I do not believe there is a finer half hour of cartoon television ever. Number one, first off, I loved the accents by both Mr. Bighead and the French Swedish inspired accent by Heifer at the end. Lesser known fact, the French Swedish accent, sorry, was used.
Start this fact over. I didn't hear it.
So stupid. Lesser known fact, the French, Swedish, English accent was used quite frequently by French, Swedish pirates during the 1400s. So I find this quite amazing. Number two, third, this plot was amazing. I once knew a sleepwalker, and it could be quite frustrating trying to sleep with one around. Joe, I'm guessing that must be the creator, must have known a sleepwalker in real life and drawn inspiration from this. Once again, quite creative and amazing. Number three, as always, gotta love Rocko. To me, he is like Elijah Wood. Soft-spoken, but one of the greatest and realest around. Pour this drink to Rocko. Ah, hell, I'll pour it to Elijah as well. There we go, 10 out of 10.
That's a hell of a review.
Thanks for that, David Bowie.
I don't know, that might be the best one ever.
That's good.
All right, and for the hate it. 1 out of 10. What the hell did I just watch by PJ Fleck? What a terrible show and even worse episode. My son was trying to get me to watch this filth, but I told him, no. Later, someone I coached told me to watch it because he happens to wear an eye patch. So I watched it. Immediately, I hated it. I threw the TV out and launched it like it was going out of a rowing boat. Out the side. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. That was it.
Damn.
Kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
PJ Fleck didn't know. And in case you guys don't know it, that happens to be one of Kyle and Jamie's neighbors up north in Minnesota. So they definitely know. They know what he's all about.
Mr. Flecky?
Yeah, PJ Fleck. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's Love and Hate It.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. Next. What do we got?
To me?
I don't know. I don't know what else is left.
You're wrangling this.
I'm wrangling this. All right, so we've still got Zach Facts by
countdown
Ben.
time?
We got Countdown. Now I do have that clip. Here comes a sound clip for Countdown.
Okay.
Tube 3 ready to fire, sir. Commence the countdown.
4, 3, 2, 1. Give it to me.
There it is.
All right, so for our countdown tonight, I have got the top 5 unbelievable sleepwalking incidents of all time.
Okay.
So we had a episode that centered around sleepwalking, and you might think it's crazy that Mr. Bighead was reenacting all of this pirate shenanigans and swashbuckling. Well, here's 5 things even crazier. So here we go. These are from real life. Number 5 is the story of Kenneth Parks, very famous story of sleepwalking. He was 23 years old when he killed his mother-in-law and nearly strangled his father-in-law to death. Wow. He promptly turned himself in and claimed he was sleepwalking during the entire ordeal. He was acquitted of murder.
What year was that?
How do you know you're sleepwalking or not because you're not aware of it? So he got away with that?
Got away with it. Said he was acquitted of murder. They found abnormal sleeping patterns ran in his family, and that he beloved his mother-in-law, and his father-in-law had no motive to kill them. Said he must be telling the truth, and they acquitted him of murder.
Okay.
Wow.
Number 4, this comes from the Top Tens. The Top Tens website. Number 4 says here, an unnamed woman in Australia has had quite a few issues with sleepwalking, but one incident involved her engaging in sex with people she had never interacted with before. This went on for months, and her and her husband had no clue what was going on, since there were quite a lot of condoms lying around in their house. One day, the husband woke up and saw that she wasn't there. He then saw that she had been having sex with a stranger fast asleep.
BS,
man. That is straight BS.
That's such BS.
There's a real story, and that was a real comment or caption by a audience curated top 10 list. It was pretty funny, but real story apparently.
Oh man.
Whether she was being truthful and not just having promiscuous sex with everyone around town, I can't say.
That's what I was getting at. That's the BS part.
Yeah. No, I definitely raised my eyebrows at a lot of these stories.
Village bicycle.
Number 3. Right? Say again?
I said she's the village bicycle. Village bicycle. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. Number 3, Sergeant Willis Boshears was an American serviceman serving in the United Kingdom when he strangled a woman in the wee hours of New Year's 1961. He disposed of the body in an isolated street. He was arrested and charged with murder days later, but pled not guilty, claiming he was sleepwalking and was acquitted of the charges.
Apparently that's what we needed. That's the best thing you can say in court, I guess.
Yeah.
I was sleepwalking.
Yeah, I mean, they got to prove you weren't. How can they do that? You know?
Yeah, pretty crazy. That one, the fact that he hid the body and everything like the morning after is like, that's still a crime.
I was sleepwalking.
So
the whole
maybe he
time.
was convicted for hiding a body or something like that.
You weren't sleeping. How on earth are you going to prove that?
Well, damn.
Shit, you're right.
Shit.
If you were sleeping, where would you hide the body? Well,
Oh, if I were sleeping?
Number 2, James Currens. James Currens, guys. He sleepwalked into a lake at the age of 77. Unfortunately, the lake was full of crocodiles.
Oh, shit.
But fortunately, James did bring his handy cane with him. He was able to fend off the crocodiles long enough for police to arrive with flashlights to scare off the beasts and rescue James.
What
But he
year was
wasn't
that?
asleep for all of that, right? He was asleep until he
Don't
got
have the
there
year
and
on
then
it.
woke up.
Yeah, submerged himself in the water, woke up with his cane in hand, and
Okay.
was able to realize he was surrounded by bloodthirsty crocodiles.
That's
my
the
goodness.
only believable one for me so far.
Yeah, because jumping in a lake of water while you're asleep, that'll wake you up real quick. And then even spookier if there's a whole bunch of hungry alligators or crocodiles around you.
Yeah. If the water doesn't wake you up, when one of those things bites your dick, that will. So.
What the hell's going on?
Oh shit, what's biting my dick? Number 1, Robert Ledru was a French detective in the late 1800s. While on vacation, he was contacted from work about a murder that occurred on the beach not far from where he was staying. Upon investigating, Ledru found the footprints to be missing a toe and the bullet to be fired from a Luger. Robert Ledru was missing the same toe, and his gun was missing a single round. His socks were wet and sandy. Ledru was exiled to an isolated area in the countryside. How's that for an M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong twist?
Yeah.
It's a little weird,
Oh
but
my God.
okay.
The detective was the murderer.
And he shot his toe off.
No, he was missing a toe. He lost it from, I don't know, the war. But upon investigating the murder site the morning after, found that the footprints were missing a toe and that he was missing a round from his gun, and that very round was the bullet that killed the swimmer on the beach.
That's almost, I don't know. Is that more Shyamalan or is that more Nolan? I don't even know. What is that?
No, that's Shyamalan.
That's Shyamalan?
Yeah.
Shyamalan a ding dong? Yeah.
Someone missing a toe. Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah. Well, I guess it just goes to show if you're out there breaking the law, which, obviously no one here condones to ever do that. But if you were, your best defense is just saying you were sleepwalking.
Yeah. Yeah. Try it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff can happen when you sleepwalk. I used to sleepwalk. Scary stuff, man.
What did you
Anything
do?
What was the craziest thing you did?
Well, I only got 2 distinct stories that I can remember. One of them, I just woke up and I walked over. I had to be like in 3rd or 4th grade or something. I walked over to my mom's room and woke her up and was talking to her the whole time, but I was asleep. I do not remember a single thing of it at all. And she told me that the next morning, and I didn't believe her. And it was true. I was sleepwalking. The second time, probably close around the same time, I had actually walk down from my basement upstairs, down into the basement. And I used to get onto my couch or sofa, I used to like jump and go like flat leveled with it and just fall on the couch. And I did that while sleeping, and that's what woke me up. So, in Christopher Nolan's movie Inception, when you get that kick and that's what wakes you up, if you're sleepwalking, it's the same thing. It'll wake you up for sure. I can vouch for that.
That makes sense.
But in that one, I was actually dreaming.
Probably
that
scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, that one I was actually dreaming that I was jumping out of like an airplane for parachuting or something like that. And I remember falling, and then like I actually woke up slamming into the side of the couch like that.
That's crazy.
I mean, you're lucky you didn't like just jump and face plant under the concrete floor or something like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But since then, I haven't had any bouts of that since then, so I'm lucky. Maybe a little sleep talking, but that's it.
Yeah, I witnessed sleepwalking one time. It was after our local parish picnic, big drunken Catholic party time basically, and everybody gets super sloppy. And we were in our friend's basement, and it was around that time in the evening where it's like, okay, let's put on a movie. People are gonna start, passing out, all that good stuff. We'll just chill out. And there's still a lot of us there, and I think everyone was awake except one person who was probably the drunkest I've ever seen them. His name was Phil. There's probably
Really?
6 or 7 of us. Yeah, name was Phil. 6 or 7 of us were still awake, and the way they had the furniture arranged, they always rearrange their furniture. It runs in their family. Every time you visit them, their furniture changes. But they had the furniture probably in the most difficult to navigate way they've ever had it. It was like a horseshoe, but it encapsulated the entire basement. You almost had to jump over the furniture to get out of the basement. And there were so many people there that we were cramming extra chairs and stuff into the basement so we could all watch the movie. And we were drinking, and I don't know, maybe there's a beer pong table or something out, but you could not move. It was a fire hazard. And Phil fell asleep, super drunk. We were all worried that he was gonna, have a night where he's just gonna be, sick all night. He had so much. And we're watching this movie called Rampage, which pretty bad movie, but if you're really cheap, just violence and gore and want to watch a brain dead movie, watch Rampage. It was about a guy that goes postal and just lights up the whole town and just killing everybody senselessly. And Phil woke up in the middle of it, while the guy on screen was going on Rampage. And Phil, I shouldn't say woke up. He was in his sleepwalk state, and he was lurching around, looking like he was going to throw up on everybody, and nobody could move because we were trapped in this corner of the basement, all huddled around watching TV. So everyone was moving a quarter of a mile per hour, pushing and shoving, trying to get out of the way as Phil's lurching around, with his eyes closed, reaching out, grabbing people, just in the movie Semi-Pro, where Will Ferrell's trying to vomit on Woody Harrelson, and oh my god, funny. And I was actually in the back of the room, in this really comfy chair, just watching it all unfold. It was I was watching my own movie. It was so funny, and we ended up calling it the Phil Rampage. Fortunately, nobody got thrown up on, but Phil was just on the warpath, and everybody was in a huddled group, like a mass of 6 or 7 people, just panning around the room, just trying to people were sacrificing other people, throwing people on the ground in front of Phil, throw up on him, not me. And it was so funny. The Phil Rampage.
Phil. Nice one, Phil.
Phil's. I tell you, Phil's.
Story. Oh yeah, there's always a Phil. We all know
There's
a Phil.
always a Phil. Oh man,
And that's the Phil Rampage story. All right, that was my countdown of the top 5 unbelievable sleepwalking incidents, with the honorable mention, of course, being the Phil Rampage.
loved it.
All right. You guys have anything else, or are we doing Zach Facts time?
Think it's time for the facts.
All right.
I'll cue the music.
Zach Facts, it's Zach Facts. When you're going down, get some Zach Facts when you're going down.
Okay.
All right, so Zach Facts tonight on the Rocko's Modern Life Sailing the 7 Z's episode. These Zach Facts are powered by Bromatron. Coming to you live here with these delicious, succulent Zach Facts. First Zach Fact is the theme song. I don't know if you guys know this with all these super fans here. I'm sure you guys do know this, but the theme song for Rocko's Modern Life was originally performed by Elton John, Johnny Cash, and Michael Jackson.
Whoa.
But the master track was lost when an intern spilled coffee on it. Not
Damn.
being able to afford re-recording the song, Tom Kenny had to collaborate with the B-52s instead.
That's how that happened.
Yeah. Glad
Damn
you guys didn't know
interns.
that one.
That's a pretty good
Unbelievable.
one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I mean, fantastic musicians there, and they just missed out. second Zach fact here. The character of Rocko serves as a pincushion for showrunner Murray to take out his frustrations on in each episode. The title character, Rocko, is named after Joe Murray's least favorite golfer, Rocko Mediate, who Murray walked in having an affair with his wife.
Rocko.
Dirty, dirty Rocko.
That's a good one. I believe it, though.
Well, I mean, it's a Zach fact. And the third Zach fact and final Zach fact for the evening here. Heifer Wolf was originally named Hefeweizen after Tom Kenny's favorite type of beer, but Nickelodeon execs thought it sounded too much like a Nazi character. Showrunner Joe Murray was forced to change the name and pay $12 million in damages to the Anti-Defamation League.
There we go.
Those are the Zach facts. Yeah.
12 million.
Yeah, man. They always find a way to get you.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't there a term or saying for that? We better not.
Okay.
Yeah, we better not. I mean, if anyone can, it would be you, Alex. But we like being able to record every week.
I don't have $12 million, so.
All right, Eric. What are your final thoughts on this episode? What'd you think?
My final thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, Rip's thoughts.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. The submersion, the Rocko. What do you want to? What do you want us to remember you by? What do you want our listeners to remember you by?
Remember me as the super fan who went to summer school in '97. I have a couple. I mean, they're similar to Zach facts. I would call them Rip tips.
Okay.
That I could
just
share.
the tip with Rip.
That's
tips.
nice. I like that. I like that.
Just the tip
Okay,
with Rip.
you want to hear them? Just as a super fan.
Yeah.
Just a couple things that I know. Charlie Adler, the voice of Ed Bighead, was actually feuding with Steven Hillenburg at the time of the recording of this episode. So they called in Dan Castellaneta to do the voice of Ed Bighead. Now you may know him as the voice of Fry on Family Guy. This was the final acting role of Don Rickles until he did several Toy Story movies. He was Grandpa Wolf in this episode.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
This episode was originally written by Sue Grafton under the name P is for Pirate.
P is for Pirate.
Ooh, from The Office? Of Office fame?
Yes. She was later made very famous by The Office. And Phyllis Diller publicly denounced this episode. She was very unhappy with the portrayal of sea and maritime operas and the way that they were portrayed.
Rightfully so.
Yes, and then as Ben said, the B-52s did do the theme song for this show, but eventually they had to stop doing it because of another feud with Steven Hillenburg, and so they got a cover band to do it called the B-53s.
Oh. Wow.
What was the other feud? Do you know that?
What's that? What was the feud about?
Yeah, for the B-52s, yeah.
The B-52, they had major issues with Steven Hillenburg's wife.
Huh.
I don't know.
Was she sleepwalking too?
You could say that. I mean, she was sleepwalking with the whole band. If you know.
Okay.
That's it, though. But yeah, as far as final thoughts go, good show. If you haven't watched the show, watch other episodes of it. I recommend.
Well said and well kept. Would you ever come back, Eric? Let me ask you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're not welcome here.
No, he's welcome. He's welcome.
I'm just teasing.
You're not welcome. Well, never mind. Fuck.
Everybody wish Alex well on his next trip.
Thank you. See you guys again in another
Where
16
are you
weeks.
off to this time?
Once again, the east coast of Madagascar. Or no, west coast. I think I'm going this time. West coast of Madagascar.
Okay. That'll be cool.
Tight little channel down there.
They probably don't have the virus there.
Sure hope not.
If I've learned anything from pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, safe travels.
Well, if anything, I'm bringing the virus there. The next thing you know, I'm Christopher Columbus all over again. I don't know.
Oh. And so history repeats itself.
Good place to cut it, right?
Outro.
Anywhere in there, please.
Outro's playing right now.
Oh, Brock, boys.
Thank you for listening to Submersion. Don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every Thursday. If you like what you heard, please leave us a rating wherever you listen. Want to interact with us? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also love to get messages from all of you. If you have a suggestion, a comment, or just anything you'd like to share, please email us at macestudios@gmail.com.